the society is a society created for men. Have you seen where a man is given a job opportunity in another state and everybody saying, take it, it's better salary, the working conditions are better. But if a woman is given that exact same role in another state, everybody will be like, what about your husband? What about your children? So nobody puts the fact that it will better her first.
We men, you two need to be selfish. Okay?
We need to be selfish. It's okay to be a good mother and be a good wife, but you should not forget the core. That is, you should not forget who you are as a person. Because we've had so many older women live in regret that, oh, I forgot to take care of myself. I forgot to pursue my dreams and aspirations.
Did you know that globally, 12 million girls are married before the age of 18 every year? According to the United Nations, that's one girl every 3 seconds, losing her youth, education, and often her dreams. Now, while early marriage is common in many cultures, the question is it truly the right decision? My guest today walked that path. She got married at 20 years old. Today, she's here to tell her story. She's here to tell her raw, unfiltered experience. Was it love? Was it pleasure? And most importantly, if she could go back in time, would she do it all over again? Get ready for an eye-opening conversation. This is Shattered Silence. My name is Linda, of course, I'm the host of the most. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce my guest, Emmanuella. Thank you so much for being here.
It's a pleasure to be with you.
Good. I actually saw your comment on Maradu's video that day.
You no get what you could do as a woman. When you're not going to talk, you marry early. Why marry early? Is it not too early? Why small pikin go to marry early? You no marry early. Wait till she dey wait. She won't come marry when she don't come old. You born pikin immediately after marriage. Why you rush born that children? You don't want to enjoy your husband? You don't want your husband to enjoy you? You wait. Born your children later. Wait till now they wait for. You don't know that children bring the home together. I saw a video 2 days ago and the girl was saying that there are women that will be like, oh, they want to have all their kids early. And what if all those children die? Listen, anything you want to do as a woman, do and die.
And I could feel your passion through the words you typed. I have to speak into your dear. A baby girl. Where is this stemming from?
Where is it coming from?
I'm telling you. And fortunately, I saw your video. You have a video on YouTube already.
Yes,
I had to go in to soak it all up. And you read some interesting points, and I have them all down here. First off, it said that marriage early started your growth. I was thinking the only thing that starts growth is when you do not eat adequate meals. How is marriage early start your growth?
So I wouldn't particularly say stunt my growth because over the years I've done pretty well for myself. It's just that the society is a society created for men. Yeah. And then marriage and being a married woman is something that is held sacred in our African society. So when you immediately introduce yourself as a married woman, people don't tend to look past the fact that you belong to somebody or you are tied to somebody. They don't longer take the time to know who is Ella as a person or who is Linda as a person. Everybody is now suddenly walking on eggshells around you as to, will our husband approve of this? Hope this will not cause a problem if I do it in a marriage. Do you understand? Just regular, even down to friends telling you, I can't call you again, you are now married. Do you get?
Really?
So it's not an issue of staunch your growth. It's how the African and Nigerian society treats married women. Do you understand? And in in general, it just hinders the number of things that you can do. You have to like walk the extra miles, put up boundaries, tell them, okay, it's okay to do this, it's okay not to do this. So that's pretty much about it.
So when you talked about, I really wanted to understand what you meant by personal growth. Like you personally, was it something that you wish you would have done that, you know, aside from what the society would literally, what would I call it, the society attitude towards you, you personally, because you talked about in terms of hanging out with friends, in terms of friends literally turning away or running away from you. Okay, how was that experience?
At the beginning, it was not a palatable experience because when I got married, I was already a big girl. I already had a BSc,
Okay.
so I was already a graduate. I had my own thing going. I let's just say I had an early start to life. Okay, and then where I hold my friends very precious, I have very few of them. So when you see people pull back because you are married, you tend to ask yourself like, why? You get. And it's not because of the fact that, oh, maybe my spouse said, don't do this. There are situations where some people's spouses will tell them, I don't want you hanging out with this certain set of people. But subconsciously in our head or in people's heads, they feel that they are supposed to give you space when you get married. So it was not that they were bad friends. Do you understand? They just followed a mental norm that is okay in our society, and that is if your friend gets married, you should give 36. Now, I have to explain. Okay, you are a guy. If your wife gets married, would you want her to stop speaking to her friends and be like, oh, no, I didn't do that? I'm like, that's exactly what you are doing, but just from friendship angle. But at the end of the day, it was difficult at first, but I found a way to blend it in. I found a way to call them on their like, why are you leaving me to do life alone? Like, let's come back. And now yeah, my circle is as tight as ever.
Oh,
And I've made new friends too. So both single and married and old, young, I have friends across practically almost all the demographics.
okay. It's interesting you said that is, let me say, that's society's stereotypical perception
Yes.
of this is the way I should act around a married woman. Why do we blame them? I don't think so.
And you can't really blame them, but then the change should start from us.
We young people, right?
Yes, the change should start from us.
But I don't even think the young generation of this day that really change. They just, I feel like a lot of young people are fighting just for certain things, and they still lean towards some certain things that the older generation have actually laid down. Interesting. So you also talked about fitting into the needs of a man. Okay, the way you spoke about it, your video, you're like, we men, you too need to be selfish. I'm like,
We need to be selfish. You know, getting married at a young age is not a bad thing. Yeah, it's advisable. Over time, women are significantly married younger because of our biological clocks. It's easier to carry pregnancies in your 20s than it is in your 30s and 40s. There are statistics to show this. Do you understand? But then we are now in a society where we are clamoring for women to be more in themselves, more than just title of wife, more than just the title of mother. Do you understand? Ibuku Awoshika said, it's okay to be a good mother and be a good wife, but you should not forget the core. That is, you should not forget who you are as a person. Because we've had so many older women live in regret that, oh, I forgot to take care of myself. I forgot to pursue my dreams and aspirations. And then you find that at 50, 60, when your children have left you, or have gone into the world, you are now on your bed saying, oh, I wanted to do this. I wanted to do that. So when I say be selfish, I'm like, be a mother, be a wife, but do not forget who you are. Engage in those guilty pleasures. Pursue those dreams like carry it on your back. Have you seen where a man is given a job opportunity in another state and everybody saying, take it, it's better salary, the working conditions are better. But if a woman is given that exact same role in another state, everybody will be like, what about your husband? What about your children? So nobody puts the fact that it will better her first. Everybody is putting every other thing aside her first. So I'm like, if you are a woman, you should make yourself happy by putting you first. Every other thing will adjust, trust me.
Before I continue, I'd like to ask, what happened and at 20, you felt like, okay, I should get married. Did you really know what marriage was at that time? Or was it just like,
No, I was light years mentally ahead of most of my mates. I'm the first child of 6 children. So I was born and brought up with a different mentality on how I see life. I found somebody that I loved, Jonathan, that I loved. We have two amazing children. And his plans, my plans, they went together. Everything seemed nice. And I'm like, I had the idea that you could do life with somebody and explore and still be who you want to be without needs and things. And
so how has it been for you this year? And why are you now advocating for advancing basically for young girls to wait in your words till they are 25? What is the time?
okay, so the age. So 25 is when your frontal lobe develops, is when your brain actually finishes
Have you
developing.
experienced that?
Yes.
How do you know?
If ask anybody that's clocked 25,
Okay.
that has passed 25.
So
So you would
I didn't know
you
nailed that
you would wake up one morning and it's as if you're a whole different person.
Oh, really?
Yes. Maybe you should conduct a survey on it. Ask people that have passed over the age of 25. It's like you can now look at everything with proper reason and not emotion. If my husband asked me to marry him again, would I? Yes, I would. But maybe I would have waited a bit more. Yeah. And the waiting a bit more is more of to develop myself more and to maybe like start a career and have like a vision for myself. I just told myself that I love you, you are a leader, I like where your head is at, I can follow you, I would walk my way. I will walk it on the go. Jonathan. But we live in a society, sadly, that does not work like that. I have had chances to get on jobs that I've been told, oh, sorry, we cannot take young mothers. Do you understand? So those are things that I have had to battle with. So it's not particularly on the marriage front, it's more of on the personal development front for you to ensure that you live a fulfilled life as a woman.
Interesting. Actually, I got some voice notes from some of my followers. I asked them this question, and I would like us to react to some of some of their, opinion. Okay,
Let's have it.
Okay, let's do this.
Well, since everyone is way too young to be married, honestly. Because I mean, what do you even know? What do you know about life? We haven't even discovered this full potentials. It's just like a child fresh out of water, like a kid fresh out of water. On top, like, why not just know what exactly you want? Well, it might work well for some people, but well, one not everybody's boat, but for me, I don't think women should. Well, I don't know. So me, I just don't even want to be married before 25. Yeah.
Okay, our point is very valid, but I think our older mothers would differ because then they would say that they got married at 13, 14.
My grandmother got married at 16. My mom had me a month before she clocked 24. Okay, so like I said, historically, we've always married earlier.
Yeah.
But then the way people think and their mentality differ. Do you understand? By 20, I had held two public offices in University of Benin. If you know how Uniden is, you would know that to hold a public office at 18 and 19 is no joke. I have been in parliament in my faculty. I have served as a director of social for NADESTU, I think the third largest ethnic group in Uniden. That was a lot of responsibility. Like I said, I have 5 younger siblings. So my head is not where other people's heads are at. Do you understand? I can sit down with my age mates and then I am talking and you can't comprehend what I'm saying. And that still stems from the fact that I grew up around a lot of older people. Do you understand? So there was no time to play or dilly-dally. Where my head was at 20, it was not where my mates, where their heads were. Do you understand? So even though, yes, it is okay to give yourself more time to develop, but it may work for some. It's working very well for me, but it may not work for others too.
Oh, okay. Now I'm beginning to understand. You feel like, okay, you handled a lot of factors, but because you are built in a way to withstand this, you're able to withstand it, but you are concerned and worried that
Other
one girl
people
out there might
may
not
not.
be able to.
Do you understand? If that man loves you, he can wait a little bit longer. Do you understand? They are not running away. They are not running.
You are not running
They are
away.
not running away. Do you understand? The only run away that you would run away is if those frontal lobes now develop and you now notice that, oh, my, this man is not all that at the end of the day, which is a win situation for you. I'm all for the win of my girl is there. Do you understand? So, like, give her time to test waters. Do, like, now, if someone calls me and, like, oh, Alpha, let's meet up. I can't particularly jump up and go and have that experience. I have to put my house in order. Do you understand? Do you understand? But if you were single, you would just pick your bag
Yeah,
and
I get what you're saying.
so that's it. Like experience life.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not about you doing promiscuous things.
Yeah.
You can experience life and be a decent human being that and do not have the. If I take shackles of marriage now, look at it. It's a
What
bad
did you
thing.
say?
I think if I say shackles of marriage now, look at it, the bad thing. But should I say confinement of a marital situation?
Yeah, actually, why I came to you because I have such experience, and I used to think that maybe I'm the one that is not reading me well.
No, you're not the
Because
one.
I remember before COVID, I visited one of my friends, and I told her that she was about to get married. I'm like, who a man come to me now and say he wants to marry me? I was telling him, give me 1 month, live like myself fun or Airbnb, just stay alone. Because then I was just coming from a relative house, my parents' house to a relative house, and then to just say hi to my friend, my girlfriend. And so I'm like, I want to stay alone
Alone.
for a while.
As a child as a first child of 6 children, I did not stay alone. So I practically went from my father's house. So now I can't stay alone. I don't know how to do it.
So
I need crowds to survive.
I don't think I need crowds to survive.
I do.
So what I'm saying is that I said that word and I think God heard me and I lived alone for 4 years. Okay, and I enjoyed every bit of it. At a point, people, my relatives were like, Auntie, did you know okay? And yes, I really, really discovered myself. But some other people might beg to differ. But so just saying that I actually understand your point of view.
And you know the funny thing, I did not just make the YouTube video based off of my personal experiences. It was a collective experiences of women that got married around my age, younger or just slightly older. I've listened to their experiences and I'm like, you have to talk about it. And when I posted it on my TikTok and my Instagram, and some women were like, "Oh no, it's not that." I'm like, "Go and listen to the YouTube video. When you listen to it, come back. I cannot explain." And every single one of them came back and told me, "Yes, I had valid points." So my advice to any girlie out there, if you have not clocked 25, give yourself some time, go out, hang out, dance with your friends, do gbegboru, enjoy your life to the fullest before you go on to being somebody's wife.
Yeah, so you heard it from Emmanuella. Enjoy yourself, have fun, live your life, discover yourself. Who are you?
Like try several things and fail. Failing is fine. And you stand up and you try again.
So before I wrap up, you are doing so well in the real estate industry. How
Thank you.
has that life been?
I am a person that is not afraid to start again.
Mm.
I call myself a woman with range
Mm.
because apart from real estate, I still conduct several other businesses. And like I said, I'm doing very well for myself.
You are.
So God has been faithful. I cannot lie. So it, it's a lot trying to find yourself in the midst of having children and being in marriage. But like I said, I am navigating it. It is a wonderful field. If you need landed property in Lagos, I am your go-to girl. But it's wonderful. It's wonderful. And I can't wait for what God has to like. It's not even started yet. You can hear about me. Don't worry.
Thank you so much, Emmanuella.
Thank you for having me, Linda. I really enjoyed myself.
Thank you so much. If you want to get in touch with Manuela, the link the link for our Instagram page will be in the description page below. And there are so many ways to support Shattered Silence over here. There is a super thanks button over here. Kindly click on it and support us in any way you can. My name is Linda. I've been your host, and my guest has been Emmanuella.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. So we'll come your way next time. Bye bye.